guys did pretty darn good testimonials because about 3 to 4 minutes is where you want is the sweet spot for telling your story. Here's my story, and here's how it goes. And those of you that are new to the business, guess what? Get ready. You're going to hear it about 10 million times if you're going to stick with us long term. I mean, I look at 8 years. They probably could tell. You guys could probably tell my story. And I use all the beginning same jokes. I use all the same one-liners, and that's just how it is. Anyway, this March 27th, it'll be 16 years that I've been in direct sales. Now, when I got into direct sales, I found myself in a funny position, and not ha-ha funny, but funny as in I never want to do that position again. And I had created about $25,000 worth of credit card debt for my wife, who was my fiance back then, Courtney and I. Is anybody familiar with credit card debt in here? Are your shoulders broken that you can't raise your arms? When I started telling this story back in those days, the average debt in credit card debt was $5,000 in a household. Now it's well over $8,000 in a household. So the credit card debt has gone up. So with $25,000 worth of credit card debt, I created about $25,000 worth of student loans working on my master's degree in clinical psychology. Got out into the job market, found out I was worth about $8 an hour in the job market. Now, you don't have to be a mathematician to do this program or problem. $50,000 of debt, $8 an hour in the job market. We were going to be in debt for a very, very long time. So I did what any good red-blooded young American male would do. I got my wife, Courtney, who was my fiance back then, to support me 100% financially. I grew my hair long. And I started following the Grateful Dead. And that's what I was doing before I found direct sales. Now, sidebar from my story, because this is one of the reasons I tell my story at the beginning of every meeting. I don't care if you're here tonight, I don't care if you're on the phone tonight, and you want to make $100 a month or you want to make $1,000 a month. There's only one question that stands between you doing whatever you want to do with this business or not doing it. And the question is, am I really the type of person to do it? Do I really have what it takes to do this business? And I tell you my story because it's easy to listen to me here tonight and say, well, of course, Jerry Vitale, you could do it. You could say 1,000 words a minute. You could sell, sand to the Arabs and ice to Eskimos and all that thing. However, I want people to remember, this is the first question you got to remember, you want people to know where you've come from so that they know you're just like them, that you put your pants on one leg at a time. You have to remember that you look at me now, I always think it's funny after a meeting when somebody would come up and say, God, if you could just beat by Johnny and, boy, he would be so, inspired. And it's so funny you want me to meet your kids when 15 years ago, I was the one that you warned your children about. So I always tell my story because you can do it. That's the greatest news about direct sales when you're with a good company, with good products, and a company like us that makes us unique. You can do it. I don't care who you are, what you come from. I don't care if you're introverted, extroverted, shy, inside, outside, upside down. It doesn't matter. If you like the product and you believe in the product, and if you're willing to learn a few new things, you can do it. And that's what Courtney and I found out about direct sales that we could. Now, we weren't real good at it in the beginning. We did it for about 12 months. And at the end of that 12 months, we were making about $100 a month in a royalty check. You say, well, Jerry, why would you stick with direct sales? Because before I'd ever found Willa House, I talked about, and we marketed waterless car wash, just for those of you that don't know that yet. But we marketed, you guys market, good products. And our product was good, but it's waterless car wash, Most people spend $5 at the local gas station through the drive-through car wash. But they say, why would you stick with it? 12 months, working hard, $100 a month. We stuck with it because our opportunity at that time, I used to call it the greatest upfront money-making opportunity in the history of direct sales. We could put people in business today, we could put $100 in their pocket almost tomorrow, and people would stick with you. And that was until I found what home decor can do. In my mind today, and we'll have, just so you know, I'll give you a little secret here tonight, that we are going to have a 5-minute sponsoring video that's going to be going live on the website here in the next couple weeks that I do, where I talk about the greatest upfront money-making opportunity in the history of direct sales, that you're going to have your people be able to go to, and they'll hear a little bit about what I'm talking here tonight. But when I learned about home decor, I'm telling you, you have the greatest upfront money-making opportunity in the history of direct sales, because home decor it's pretty easy. It's very easy. You actually don't sell home decor. People don't, buy the vase because you said it was made in Poland and I met the artist who did it and, 15 hands touches every piece of product. They don't buy it because of that. The psychology of buying home decor, what you're in, is this. Your hardest job is getting 5 to 10 people in a living room. That's your hardest job. Once they're there, the psychology is pretty easy. They open the catalogs, they look at pages 1 or 2. If they like something they see, they buy it. If they don't like anything they see, that's why we have 200 pieces of product more and 65 more pages in the catalog. People buy things for their homes. So I'm here tonight. One of the things I want you to understand is you're really with a great opportunity in the sense that you represent a product line of things that people want. I always compare it to skincare. Those of you that were at a convention heard me make this comparison. You know, home decor is easy. Skincare, and there are a lot of great skincare companies in the industry of direct sales. But skincare, it's not so easy. I mean, think about becoming a skincare representative. First thing you have to do is become kind of a quasi-scientist. You have to learn all the ingredients and what they do. This one exfoliates, this one moisterizes, this one increases your libido. I mean, you have to remember all those things. Then, once you get all that done, how do you sell skincare? I mean, you know, how do you open that door? I mean, you have, Liz, you look pretty good. I mean, you have to somehow suggest to them that whatever they have been doing wrong. You know, so it's a lot more difficult. But Courtney and I were making $100 a month at the end of that first year. We stuck with it. We worked. We struggled through it and tried to figure it all out. After 18 months of that business, we were in a 5-figure monthly income bracket. We were able to eliminate all of our debt, able to get into our first house. And this is not an Amway store. We bought helicopters and islands in Fiji. I'm just Jerry Vitale. However, it's about 2 people that started a business from their kitchen table, and that were able to create a profitable business situation. Now, that was my 5-minute version. You've got to be able to tell a 1-minute version of that story. You've got to be able to tell somebody what you were doing before Willow House, how did you find Willow House, and what has happened since. And when you learn how to do that, and it comes out natural, the next time you're at the PTA meeting, or the next time you meet somebody new and they say, what do? You say, funny you should ask. You know, several years ago, or in a side life, I'm a realtor, however, blah, blah, blah. And you can do that. At the end of that story, I know this is hard for us. At the end of that story, here's a skill we all have to learn. At the end of that story, shut up and see what they do. If they want to talk about the pie that's coming out on the table, guess what? They don't want a catalog. Guess what? They're not interested. They are raising their hand by their silence. But if they say, really, and ask one leading question, now all of a sudden you've opened the door without being pushy. They are coming to you, asking you questions about your business. That's only if you can tell that story or 1 minute or less. So just know this. One of my new fun things that I'm going to be starting as I see you out about around at meetings, and those of you on the phone too, get ready for this, is I will be wearing a wristwatch, or I'm going to have to buy a wristwatch. I haven't worn a wristwatch since I started following the Grateful Dead. But anyway, I'm going to be looking at my watch, and I'm going to start testing you to see if you can tell your story in 1 minute or less. It's your most powerful tool to be able to identify people who may be interested in a party or interested in joining your business. So learn how to tell your story. First thing off my list.